Yeah, what up, folks? So we got 2014 Honda Grace. Customer complaint is that the vehicle is acting up and you'd like us to diagnose it for him. So let's get into it. Yeah, so this customer did his own diagnose and noticed that he had some corrosion on the spark plug and wasn't able to, figure out why the vehicle was misfiring. So he brought it to the shop and asked if I could take a look at it, right? So let's put the scan tool on it. Let's scan this vehicle and see what codes come up, if we could get some kind of guidance. So let's see. It's a 2014 Honda Grace, right? This is a hybrid, similar to the, the Vezel and other makes, right? So let's do a smart scan. We got some fault codes already on the ECU, nothing on the transmission. Let's see, ABS, nothing SRS. So while the scan tool is doing this thing, let me give you a little backstory on this vehicle. He said while he's driving, he tends to lose power from time to time, and you're not sure exactly what's going on, right? He said that CTBA light comes on. He tends to clear, and then the vehicle will drive well for a little bit, and then it will go right back and start doing nonsense again. So while we scan the vehicle, we're gonna go on the hood and take a look and see what's going on. So off camera, I was doing some checks, right, making sure that we had 12 volts. Right now we have 12.2. Okay, I see he put a little cardboard box thing there, probably so the ECU won't get damaged. All right, so this is the module for the ECU, and this have to be the one for the hybrid control, right? As I said, it's a 2014 Honda Grace. Let's get the scan tool and see what's going on. Okay, so we got some codes on the scan tool. This is CBAS, which is incorrect start control function fault. We have the EPS. So we got VSA, system malfunction. ABS, we got a fault, PCM malfunction. Okay, and we also have a fault on the ECM, serial COM failure. All right, so we got a P0600. I'm not sure exactly what that code is about, but let's put this vehicle in maintenance mode and let's listen to how it sounds. So I gotta switch it off. I just gotta do a sequence of steps real quick. Put it in maintenance mode. Okay, so it started up a little rough. I feel like you have a misfire as well. Okay, so let's remove all these codes that's on the system, and let's, I definitely feel a misfire. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Alright, so we definitely have the fault code still. Let's do a smart scan again, and right now we got 11 faults on the PCM, and all I did was just put it in maintenance mode. Wow. And we don't have no faults on the ABS anymore. I wonder why. So the vehicle is running. Let me show you exactly what's going on while we scan the vehicle. Alright, so the vehicle is definitely running, but I'm not sure exactly why I have more fault codes that showed up on the scan tool. So let's go back in the vehicle and take a look. Okay, so we got a fault code. What is this under the? So we got a malfunction, the ECM, VSA, and we got some injector faults, 1, 2, 3, and 4 malfunction, and we got a fault on the heater circuit as well. That's strange. It's kind of strange to have a misfire on all the injectors, or all injectors have circuit problems, and then you're driving, the vehicle is running right now. So the vehicle is running, and I have some faults on all the injectors, which can't be. So let's go on the ECM. something my scan tool just fell and broke off. I gotta get a new one. Matter of fact, I do have a new one. Just definitely feeling the misfire for sure. Okay, let's read data stream. Let's look on the lambda. Let's see if our fuel trims letting us know that, you know, if we're running lean or something like that. So I'm not running lean. No, actually I am. -2. So I am running lean. But it's kind of strange that you have a you know, a circuit problem with all the injectors, not just one. And we also have a PCM fault with a P0600. So let's look for the heater circuit for sensor 2. And let's take a look. And right now I'm stuck at 5 amps, which could never be. And my heater is off and no duty cycle. So for some reason, I wonder if the ECU have a fault and causing the vehicle not to, you know, run like it's supposed to. Alright, so let's do some tests under the hood. Let's check the heater circuit, go into the O2 sensor, and I'm not sure if I could get to the injectors because they are under the intake manifold, but I mean, I can probably do it through a fuse. The vehicle is running though. If I had a fault on the injector, the vehicle won't be running. I definitely feel the misfire for sure. And let's look under the injector pulse. Matter of fact, all the misfires. Let's look under the misfires. And let's see if we have any misfires. So I don't have any misfires at all. Oh, I got misfire number 2. Let's step on the X. Misfire number 3. Okay, so let's take a look at, yeah, definitely feel that rough idle. And the vehicle is just acting up. Okay, so let's go on the hood and do some checks, right? And let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this vehicle. So I got the key on, engine off. So let's check the O2 sensor heater circuit. I'm supposed to get 12 volts on one leg coming from the fuse, and I believe the ECU will send the ground to let the current flow, right? And if the ECU have a fault, then it can pump current to the O2 sensor. So let me use my power probe with a back probe and let's see what's going on one of that heater circuit wire. Okay, so we got 4 wires on this O2 sensor, the rear O2 sensor. I'm checking. We got 2 whites, black, and a gray, right? So the 2 identical wires are the heater. So I'm expecting to see 12 volts coming off of one of them. And let's see. So I'm getting 12 volts on the top pin. Okay, so that's letting me know that the 12 volts from the fuse to the O2 sensor is there. So I mean, the next side is supposed to have a ground coming off of this wire here, and that's supposed to come from the ECU. Let's see what's going on. Right, so I'm getting 12 volts, right? So the ECU is supposed to, you know, send a ground to one side of the either one of those pins to cause, you know, current to flow, but I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's start the vehicle up and let's see if the ECU is sending the ground signal. Okay, so this vehicle is sounding really loud for a hybrid. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So let's see if the ECU is sending ground to either leg of this rear O2 sensor. I'm actually hearing the misfire. I'm trying to see if I can get to the shop. For some reason probe is not working. I'm reading 0 volts. And you hear the misfire on the vehicle. Okay, so let's see what's going on when I touch this leg. I'm not sure why exactly every time I touch, I'm not even pressing anything. And I'm seeing that my probe is basically setting. Okay, let's go again. You see the 0 volts. I'm seeing 14 volts right here. So let's go on the next wire, and let's take a look and see what's going on with that signal. Nothing. I'm not seeing exactly what's going on. Alright. So right now we have a misfire. The fan is on. The vehicle's running really rough. So I think we may have to go after this ECU and see what's going on, because the injectors are under right here. I wonder if I can get access to it. May be able to probe injector number 1 and see if it's firing. But we see that we have a fault on number 1 in this cancel. Okay, so it's letting me know that we have a fault on number 1 injector. It's kind of hard to get under this intake manifold. I just like to see exactly what's going on. So let's see what's going on. Okay, right here, I got my little system helping me. We're getting 14 volts coming off that leg. So let's try the next one. Alright, so you're getting 14 volts coming off both sides of that pin, right? Does that tell me anything? No. So what I gotta do is probably hook up my scope and see if my number 1 injector is working. If it is, that's letting me know that we definitely may have a fault coming from the ECU that's falsely accusing or sending out some faults and causing this system to act up. Okay, so let me get my scope and let's see what's going on number 1 injector. So I'm hooked on to number 1 injector. I'm watching the power and basically the injector pulse that's coming off from number 1, and as you can see, we do have an injector pulse on number 1, right? And everything looking good. But for some unknown reason, we turn malfunction circuit faults on number 1 to number 4 injector, which, as I said, I highly doubt, because the vehicle is running. So is it that the ECM is acting up and causing nothing in the ground? Kind of hard to believe it is, but we definitely have a fault somewhere on this ECM, because the injector is pulsing. We got power and ground going to the O2 sensor number 2, and we have 4 codes that's letting me know that, you know, something is definitely wrong with the PCM. Okay, so I want to take this PCM out and have a look and see what's going on, right? Okay, so we gotta remove the negative battery pull and the battery to get access to this module. Okay, we definitely have a fault. Kind of hard to do this by holding the camera, so let me get all these things removed and then I'll pick the camera back up. Okay, so the reading's about to come down real hard, so I just hurry up and, you know, remove the modules. I'm not sure exactly who's what. I believe this may be for the engine and the transmission, and this one is for the what you call it, the hybrid side. I'm not sure. But let's take it to the bench and let's take a look and see what's going on, and see if we can find anything that causing this vehicle to have a misfire, and also throw codes. It was throwing codes for the transmission as well.